Okay, what we're going to do in this video is just look at a use of drawing. I'm going to create two. One of them creating mind maps, concept maps, or organisational charts using Google Drawings. There's lots of tools that you can use to do that, Lucid Charts being one of them, but Drawings is there in Drive for everybody. It's easy to share and easy to collaborate, so I thought I'd do a video on how to do drawings. But I'm going to start with a bit of a mind map just to illustrate some of the features of drawings, and this is going to be a chemistry one, so which I might really use. So I'm going to call this benzene chemistry. Okay, so when you start a drawing, you'll get a canvas that you can draw on. This document you can put into any other document, any other Google document. You can create them from within a document by going to Insert, Drawing in a spreadsheet or a document. You've got a canvas. You can zoom in on the canvas with the View function here. You've also got zoom in with Control Shift left and right arrow keys. So Control Shift and zoom in and out like that. I can also expand the size of my canvas by dragging this thing at the bottom here. I'll make it a little bit bigger. View, let's go fit. Okay, so I'm going to work with that canvas. That will do for this illustration. What you can do on here is add lots of different types of shapes. You can build up diagrams, and it's what we call an object-orientated drawing package. So you create objects which you can then manipulate. So let's do a few simple ones. So I'm going to go to Shape. I'm going to go to Shapes, and I'm going to choose a hexagon because it's benzene chemistry, and benzene is the shape of a hexagon. I'm just going to make a nice sort of regular hexagon like that. When you create an object, you can drag and make it different shapes and things. This is the rotation tool here. You can generally deform them as well. The default fill is a sort of a blue colour. I want to change that to make it transparent. So if I put this in a document, whatever, the colouring of the page behind will come through. Benzene requires a circle in the middle, so I'm going to add a circle. So that will be the oval tool, and I want to just a small circle like that. That'll do. Again, I'm going to make it transparent. What I did there was make the line transparent rather than the fill transparent. There we go, that's what we want. I'm going to drag that and put it in, and you'll see these red lines pop up, which are guidelines, which allows you to line up exactly one object with another object. So that's allowed me to put it bang smack in the middle. Now, an important thing about object-orientated drawing is grouping items. Once you put them together, I want them to stay together like that rather than behave as two separate things. So I can hold down Control and I can click on the hexagon, and I can go right click, group, or press Control G. And what I've now done is make a benzene ring which I can drag around. Okay, so I want something next to this, so I'm going to insert another object. Let's have shape. These ones here are for flow diagrams and concept maps and things, and you can type into these ones. So I'm going to choose one of those, flow chart process, which is basically just a box. I'll put that next to my benzene, and I can double click into this and type benzene chemistry. Now I can format this text however I want. You go to Align, you can do vertical and horizontal alignment, so I'll have it centered in the middle, which it pretty much already is, and I'll have it centered like that. To make it a bit more interesting, I'm going to make the fill color black. I'm going to make the text color white. That's when I select it on. There we go, so we've got benzene chemistry there. So this again is something that I can copy. I don't need to do that formatting again, so I can do Control C to copy that object. Control V, and I could put an object down there. And because these are the flow diagram ones, I can click on line, and you see these little things pop up here, and you can link things together like so. The arrow allows you to select items and move them around. So if I select my benzene chemistry there now, you'll see that the arrow moves around with it. But I'll change the text in there to be nitration of benzene. Okay. So let's show an example of a nitrated benzene ring. So I'm going to copy my benzene ring by pressing Control C after I've selected it, and then Control V, and I'll put that next to it there. Now that's not a nitrated benzene ring yet, so what I need to do is put the line on. I'm going to join that on there, like so. That's okay. And then I'm going to put in a little text box. Doesn't matter where I put it to start with. Oops. Control comma is subscript. Okay, that's all I need. I'm going to drag that down to there. Actually, I might move it a little bit closer. Shift arrows allows you to fine adjust the position of objects. So there we go, we've got a nitrated benzene ring. Now what I'd do as well is select maybe a text box here and put the reaction conditions of how I get from there to there. So conc H 2 SO 4 slash conc a bit bigger. Okay, so less than about 55 degrees centigrade concentrated nitric and sulfuric acid would be the reaction conditions. I'm going to change that because I think I prefer to have a line. Oops, let's just delete that. I'm going to put an arrow there rather than just a line. There we go, that's a bit neater. So you can see we can build up things quite quickly. Now I'm going to do a bit of grouping here because that's my nitrated benzene ring. So if I go to that, select that, Control select that, Control G to group it. I can now drag that round as a nitrated benzene ring, or whatever you might create as a diagram. Okay, so I can do a little bit more. Go copy that, Control, oops, undo. Put in 2 arrows where I only meant to put 1, never mind. I'll copy that object. Join it on there. Let's have chlorination of benzene, and what I could do is just copy this one, drag it up there, ungroup them, I'm going to edit that, change it to Cl, and I've got a chlorinated benzene ring there now as well. So I hope that's enough to illustrate how you can create fairly complicated diagrams. In fact, I'm not going to leave this without some reaction conditions here, because that would just be chemical heresy. So we'll have Cl2 using aluminium chloride catalyst there. And you're going to have anhydrous conditions, so a solvent like dry ether would do the trick. So there we go. Okay, so that's how you create a simple diagram like that, and it's really very straightforward and very quick and easy to do once you've mastered the basics of using drawings and an object orientated drawing package.